How's it going, YouTube? Got something very special for you today. Just went to my local store and picked up my first copy of the Realm of Light structured deck for the Lightsworn archetype. And let me tell you, I have been on the Lightsworn bandwagon way back in the day when your Yu-Gi-Oh channel was playing Light Ray Lightsworns. That's when I picked up the deck. I really liked how Jay Dallas could blow up the spellbook players, Tower and two other cards. But once Raiden was released not too long after that, I was just like, wow, this deck is going to be so consistent. And the funny thing is, Lightsworn topped top 4 of the European Nationals this past couple weeks, and they haven't even released Felice yet, which I consider to be one of the best cards in the deck. And the thing about all these Lightsworns being released, even if they aren't that good, like Minerva, actually Minerva's pretty good, but she's really only like a one-of, but that helps the deck so much because it just makes JD so much more easy to summon with so many different Lightsworn names. And the one that helps the most is this one right on the front, Michael. I think he's called the Arc Lightsworn now. It's changed a couple times, but he's riding atop the Judgment Dragon right here, and the fact that you can summon Lumina, use Lumina's effect to bring back Raiden, or in the future Felice, make a level 7 Michael, and that's 3 Lightsworn names right there. You just need one more, which is very easy to summon Judgment Dragon like first turn or second turn. But enough about Lightsworn. Time to move on to more about Lightsworn. Time to get to the box opening, I guess. Oh, I'm destroying it. Here we go. Alright. Put that over there. Don't have too much room to shoot this. And there's the big man himself, Mini JD. Let's see what Michael the Arc Lightsworn. That's what I thought. This guy is definitely not as good as JD, but you pay 1,000 life points just like JD to banish one card your opponent controls, which is so good because you can banish wait a second, I think you have to target. I'm pretty sure you target. That would be crazy. Yeah, target one card on the field, banish that target. You can banish, the thing about this is that you can banish spells and traps. So even if they don't have a monster out, you can still make advantage off of this. It's just an instant +1. And if, this isn't really so much a problem anymore, but Lightsworn used to deck themselves out a bunch. But then Michael's effect is when he's destroyed, you can shuffle as many Lightsworn monsters as you want from your deck to the... back from the graveyard back into the deck, which can basically reset your whole engine, and the Lightsworn cards are mostly the best cards. So, very, very good addition to the Lightsworn family. Although, I'm not sure what's better, Michael or Raiden. The version of the deck that topped wasn't like a synchro-based deck, because I guess Xyz monsters are just stronger at this point in the meta. But when Raiden came out for a while, I ran in a, Black Dragon, Collapse Serpent, Raiden, Felice, and White Dragon Wyver Burster engine, where you could just pump out stuff like Stardust Spark Dragon, and even Beals like nobody's business with Unknown Synchron. But let's just talk more about the cards in the deck. There, look how that shiny... Look at that shiny, shiny Michael the Lightsworn. Arc Lightsworn, I'm going to have to get in the habit. This is the new TCG card. I was so... TCG exclusive card. I was so pumped when I heard that TCG was getting an exclusive Lightsworn card. But it's really not that good. Man, I wish you guys were here to smell these cards. It's got that new card smell. I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. But this card, in theory, could be good with Celestia and like Judgment Dragon. And combined, if you wanted to run, Lightsworn Barrier, because it also can protect Lightsworn Barrier and can protect your smaller Lightsworns from Judgment Dragon. But it really doesn't matter when you're protecting your smaller Lightsworns from Judgment Dragon. Usually if you blow up the whole field, you summon Tempest and Blaster, and that's game most of the time. And multiple dragons, Light Ray Diabolos even. So this really seems like an unnecessary card. They're just better cards in the archetype. And I was hoping for a field spell for Lightsworn that the effect is when it is sent from the deck to the graveyard, activate it in the field spell zone. That would be so good. Like I don't understand why they didn't make the design like that. Just make the spells like the monsters. But maybe someone would argue that'd be too broken, but I think that's the only way you can really start putting more spells and traps. Kree Bandit was a very big help to the deck, being allowing them to run more spells and traps. But we need even more. I'm just a greedy Lightsworn player, I guess. The Raiden and Minerva and Michael wasn't enough. And there she is. I've never even seen this card in real life, to be honest. And the detail on the cards in real life are so much better than the ones on like the Dueling Network and DevPro. So it's cool to look at them the first time. This card is really good, and it can even be teched into Shadalls. When I first started playing excuse me. When I first started playing Shadalls, I put Minerva in as the light target for Nephilim, because not only does she mill more Shadalls when she's sent from the deck to the graveyard off of Shadal Fusion, when you use Super Poly and discard her, even though you can't respond to Super Poly, and normally if you discard the Shadalls for Super Poly cost activation, their effects won't go off, Minerva's effect will go off. It's like, because it's mandatory and it says if, so it just never misses timing, even on a Super Poly, which but there are probably better options at this point, like what's that one called? Apparently we're not getting it in the TCG, but it's the I cannot remember. The Star Seraphs have too much draw power. But Minerva is a good card, and I'm glad she exists because she allows Lumina into Minerva into Goyo Guardian. That's right, Goyo is back. It is one way to summon it in Lightsworn. And beforehand, we just had to run HDS Psymyth, which is a subpar card, so I'm looking forward to running Goyo again. And here he is, the man of the hour, Raiden, Lightsworn Assassin. I refuse to say his new Americanized name. Hand of the Lightsworn? What does that even mean? That just reminds me of Hand of the Sixth Samurai, who's like a dumbass. Just not a good card. But this card is so good. Mills 4 cards in one turn, and what makes him, he's like a card trooper with well, card trooper technically does have 1900 attack when it activates his effect, but he stays at 1900 on the opponent's turn. And most of the time, what's good about him being able to send cards to the grave straight away is that all other Lightsworns have to send it at end phase. Like you can summon Raiden, mill 2, and then like summon a dragon ruler off the 2 dragons you just sent into the grave off of Raiden's effect, or like mill a wolf or something if you run wolf, and synchro into a level 8 for like nothing, just a 1-card level 8. Plus then wolf plus Raiden, you'd already be halfway to getting your Judgment Dragon. This card is just broke as hell. It's the best level 4 tuner